Parshas Yitro, in the end of Parashat Yitro, the Torah defines what happened on Mount Sinai. I spoke about it a couple of times. Today, I want to give it another spin, another aspect to it. In the end of Parshas Yisro, in the end of Parashat Mishpatim, the Torah goes over with few words defining Ma'amad Har Sinai. It says like this: Vayal Moshe la'av. Moshe went up the mountain. Vayichas ha'anan et ha'ar. The cloud covered the mountain. Vayish koin kvoid Hashem al Har Sinai. God's honor rests upon Mount Sinai. What does it mean, God's honor? Vayichaseu anan sheshet yamim. For 6 days, the cloud covered the mountain for 6 days. Vayikro el Moshe vayoyim hashvi mitoch ha'anan. In the 7th day, God called Moshe Rabbeinu from inside the cloud, called Moshe Rabbeinu to come in. Now, in this pasuk, the next pasuk, pasuk Yutzai, the Torah defines definition. The Torah defines what does it mean, Kavod Hashem, the honor of God. Umar'eh Kavod Hashem, and the scenery of the honor of God. How this honor of God was seen to the Jewish people. What way? Umar'eh Kavod Hashem, the scenery of the honor of Hashem, ke'esh ochla, like a fire that eats. Ke'esh ocheles b'rosha, like a fire that eats in the top of the mountain. Le'nei b'nei Israel, to the eyes of the Jewish people. That's what it says. That's a definition. Yonasan ben Uziel translates, they saw the beauty of the honor of Hashem, ke'eisho bo'oro, like fire that burns, v'ziku ke'eisho ochlo eisha, and sparks of fire that eats fire. Fire that eats fire. Ve'avoi Haman utmeim leIsrael. And it was, that's what they saw, utmeim, the Jewish people were wondering. Again, here God defines, what did we see in Mount Sinai? Ma'amad Har Sinai, what we saw? We saw the honor of Hashem. What does it mean to see the honor of Hashem? So the Torah defines a definition. Umar'eh kvoid Adonai, the scenery of the honor of Hashem, ke'esh oicheles, like fire that eats. And we saw in Yonasan ben Uziel, fire that burns, and sparks of fire that eats fire. Fire that eats fire. What does that mean? Here Hashem tells us a definition. And it says all the Jewish people saw that and they were wonder. Wow. A wonder. Very strange. We know, if we look at the Navi, when Eliyahu Navi came to Har Chorev and he ran away from Ahab, how Hashem revealed himself to Eliyahu Navi. The beginning was fire, was kol brakim, thunders, and lights. But when Hashem passed by, kol dmama daka, a voice of a very thin silencing. So, how do we perceive the honor of Hashem? Kol dmama daka. a voice of a very thin, silent. And here, the Torah Kedosha defines the moment they saw the honor of Hashem. What they saw? They didn't hear called Mamadaka, a voice of a very thin silence. They saw Umare Kvod Hashem Ke'esh Ocheles, like fire that eats. David HaMelech says, Lecho Hashem Dumiyo. To you, God, silence. How do we praise God? With silence. Everything is silent. The honor of Hashem. When the king passes by, the Gemara says, Rav Sheshes was blind. Rav Yosef was blind. Certain Amoraim were blind. So Rav Sheshes, one time, he passed with his shamash, with his helper. And the king was passing by. And they were blowing the trumpets, making voices. So he told this shamash, I want to say a blessing. And the king passes by, even the king of Goyim. Baruch Shechalak. You know, God, you bless God when you see a king, that He gave, Hashem gave kingdom to a king, Bosar Vodah. Mikvodo lemelach basar vada. Oh! The Shammah says, oh, I hear he's coming. He says, no. It's only trumpets. It's not him. Then big horses came by. He says, it's not him. Then they made it blow the shofar. It's not him. Afterwards was silent. He says, now is the king, Baruch Atah Hashem. So the Shammah says, but you didn't see. How do you know? He says, because Malchuso de Oro came Malchuso de Rakia. The kingdom in earth is like the kingdom in heaven. And the kingdom in heaven, when Hashem passes by, when it's silent. Here what we see, the Kovod Hashem, the honor of Hashem is not silence. The Kovod Hashem is Eish Oicheles, fire that eats. What's going on? And we saw even more. Fire that burns and sparks that fire that eats fire. What's going on? What is this definition that here Hashem, in the last pasuk, He tells us a definition, the essence of what is Mamad Har Sinai, what is the scenery of Har Sinai. We have 6 mitzvot to remember Mamad Har Sinai. Remember the day you stood on Har Chorev. You should tell it to your children what you saw on Har Chorev. In order to have Yirah Shamayim. What is there to remember? To remember what? To remember Kol the Mododaka, or to remember the Kovod Hashem of Eish Ocheles? What is it? Obviously, Mamad Har Sinai. So what is it? What is there in Eish Ocheles that we have to remember? It's brought down the Medrash. In Parshas Kitisa, the Medrash brings down that in the Besmedrash of Ben Azai, they were learning Torah, and fire came down from Shamayim. Fire came down. Rabbi Akiva heard about it. He sent a messenger to Rabbi Elazar, to Ben Azai. He says, what's going on? How you are zoiche to have fire when you're learning Torah? She says, you can do the same. If you learn Torah, if what you learn Torah is happiness, like was given in Har Sinai, the format of Har Sinai, that was a fire, will come also. It's not an historical event. It's an historical event that we have to duplicate. Every moment that we learn Torah, we have to learn Torah in a proper way, what we saw in Har Sinai. So in Har Sinai was not just Hashem passing by, but as I said, it should be Kol Dadak, should be a silent voice, a thin, silent voice. Whatever it means, I don't know. This is a way that we have to continue to learn the Torah. For every generation, the way we learn Torah, it's a format. As the Gemara says in Bechoros, more in Brochos, The same way Muhammad al Sinai, we stood up, we have to learn Torah standing up. Al pi halacha, it's brought down in our law. Lechatchila, when you learn Torah, you have to stand up. Can't sit down. We got the Torah and Al Sinai standing up. Al pi Torah, lechatchila, when you learn Torah, you have to learn Torah be'ema, with fear. Be'etet, you have to shake. Ubezir, you have to sweat. Like we saw Al Sinai, and we saw the fire eats up. It says, everybody was shaking, everybody saw it and was wondering, shaking. Wow!
Thank you.
When you learn Torah, you have to shake. You learn the words of Hashem, like Muhammad al Sinai. You have to make a replica, duplicate. Muhammad al Sinai. It's brought down in Tosfot in Masechet Chagiga that when we bring our children, our little babies, to Hakel, the parents get the reward. They're bringing the babies, even though they bother everyone. As the Rambam says, because Hakel is a mini Har Sinai. Tosha says, therefore, when we go to pray every Shabbat, or every Monday and Thursday, when we have a Sefer Torah in the middle of the Bet HaKnesset, it's like Muhammad al Sinai. And that's why we bring kids to Bet HaKnesset, even though they bother people. They run, they scream. They bring them. Why? Because like a mini Har Sinai. Har Sinai is not an historical event. We have to relive Har Sinai. But what is the essence, the core of reliving Har Sinai is Esh Ochra. And today, with the help of Hashem, I want to explain, in my understanding, what I spoke about Thursday in the Gemara in Brocha, speech 47. The Gemara in Brocha says, what is Amoretz? That you're not allowed to bring him for Zimui. Amoretz, it's someone that could be learned Torah. He read all the Torah, he read all the Mishnayos, he read all the books. He's not thinking. He's not busy to try to understand the reasoning of the Torah. You can learn Torah, even in the internet. Who knows what? Even in Yeshiva, learn Torah. But, and even review, according to one opinion, even you hear the rabbis learning and saying the reasoning, and you review it. But it's not you. You're like a tuki, like a robot. You're an Am Haaretz. You're not allowed to bring you for Zim, to praise God. Why? You cannot bring a guy to learn Torah. He learned all the Chumash, all the Mishnayot. He learned all the Halakha, Sifri, Sefer, Ilcheta. Even here, rabbis talk Torah and he repeats it. You cannot bring a for Zim to praise Hashem. Where do we learn the source of praising Hashem in Birkas Hamazon? It says in the Torah, Moshe Rabbeinu says in Parshas Hatzim, Ki Shem Hashem Ekro Avugod Elokeinu. When I was saying God's name, everybody together praised with me. So from there we learn Zimun. And the Medrash says, we learn it from Har Sinai, that Moshe Rabbeinu did not start Ma'amad Har Sinai until all the Jewish people came and he called the Jewish, Hashem says, go and call the Jewish people. And he went and he says, come everybody, come and praise Hashem. So they came together to see Hashem and to praise Hashem. Ule'enei kol Yisrael utmein. Wow. They all praise Hashem. So who can praise Hashem? Only one which has the essence of Eish Oichel. What is fire that eats? You can learn Torah, but you have the fire inside. You are a dead man. When the Torah becomes a real Torah, fire was in you. You're not a robot, a machine that repeats. When it's your problem, you understand, you're living it, it's your problem. Asukim b'Torah, you're busy in the Torah to give timing, to give reasoning. It's your problem. You become hot, you become heat. It's your heat. Hot. You know what's hot? Hot. You know what's hot? Heat. If you don't have that, you're not Amoretz. You cannot become part of praising Hashem. Because this is the essence of Hashem. What is Kvod Hashem? Umareh Kvod Hashem ke'eish hoicheles. Not fire. Fire is not enough. Many people don't tell you like fire. It has to be fire that eats. You know how they eat a bonfire. You have a big fire, a bonfire. The little twigs that comes in, it gets eaten up. It's a little fire. It doesn't. There's a real fire. So Hashem represented. He says, in order for us to connect to reveal Hashem, what is Hashem? Hashem is showing us what? For our benefit. To understand in what way He relates to us by us relating to Him. It's a lesson for generations. It's not an historical story about what happened 1,000 years ago, 4,000 years ago. It's a lesson in the essence of the Torah. And if you don't learn Torah, you don't relate to God. Even you relate to God as fire, but not fire that eats. You eat everybody around you. It says, "Va'aftes Hashem lekechu," you should love God. The Sifri says, how do you love God? What does it mean to love God? I love God. How can I love God? It says, anyone who loves God, sheyemayiv Hashem al habriyot. You have to make sure other people love God. And if you don't have fire, and it burns you, you want to eat everybody inside. Come love Hashem. Hey, Shocheles, come in. Come. You're not there to grab people coming to Torah. Come. Yeshiva Baal Tshuva, come in, come. If you're not, you don't have that fire of Ein Shocheles, fire that eats. You're out of the essence of God's relation to us. You're out. It's not middle, you're Namoritz. There's no middle. Okay, there's Namoritz, you can say middle. And we see from the Gemara, no, there's no middle. It's all Ein Shocheles or Namoritz. Or you fall with Hashem, or you're Namoritz. It's scary. Now why? Why cannot be no middle ground? Because if we really understand who is Hashem, you really understand God's gift of the Torah, that He gave us a Torah that He has the ability that we can use the words of God, the wisdom of God is in those words. And by me trying to put myself into it, to figure out myself, my being, my soul, my emotions, to understand the word of Hashem, so I connect to God in their most highest form. And He gave us that gift. And you don't grab that gift with 10 arms, you're a moron, stupid, you deserve to be beaten. You're not morons. You cannot be part of Zero. Zero. Okay, middle, okay. Give the guy some space. Yeah, it's true. It's true. But why again when he converts? Maybe Samir will come, he has to be in your car. You know why? Because the minute he understood who's Hashem, he didn't put all this energy right away to be true to the end. He delayed. When you delay, it means you don't understand the value, you get punished. If you really understand what a Torah is about, and you don't jump to the Smeres learn from 7 o'clock in the morning till 12 o'clock at night, you learn to all your energy. You do 80%, 70%, 90%. Means you didn't understand the value, you don't understand the gift, you're in bad shape. Bad shape. The Gemara Mobasra says, Kol ha-poiresh, Davchet, or Davzayin, Kol ha-poiresh midevre toiro eishoch losoi. Anyone that leaves Torah, fire eats him. The guy learns Torah. He wants to rest. He wants to leave. Why? If he goes to rest and wants to learn more, it's good. It's more Torah. But he wants to leave. Kol ha-poiresh leaves the Torah. He gets eaten up by a fire. Eishach Mosai. Why? Why? What's the concept? What's the concept behind? Because you're already in the fire. You already understood what is Eishach Heles. How can you leave? If you leave, measure for measure, you get burned. You get eaten up by the fire. Rabbi Cheskel San, Cheskel Avramsky, 50 years ago when they talked about Yeshiva Bochim going to the army or learning Torah. So they brought Rabbi Cheskel Avramsky, or son, one of them, to the Knesset. And they said, give a reason. So you would think we give the reason. We learn Torah, we like the army of Hashem, stories, philosophy. No philosophy. He says, anyone learns Torah and he leaves Torah, fire eats him up. How can we leave Torah? How can we leave the Besmelech and go out and do how we get eaten up? No. They're not religious people. This guy's crazy. I mean, we ask him, give us a reason. Why we cannot go to the army? Why the religious yeshiva will have to go to the army? It says, because we're going to live, we're going to eat by fire. Give us understand. But that's the understanding. There's nothing more. Eish Achlasoy. Fire eats him up. Because Toiva is Eish Acheles. Smeiching, you don't see the fire comes down. Rosh Yeshiva Hashem used to say, if fire is not coming under your head, you know you didn't get there. If fire didn't come under you, means you didn't get there yet. We have to strive. We have to be in our beings. Should all be zoich to understand this possible. Umare kvoid adoinoi keish oicheles. The scenery of the honor of Hashem is like fire that eats. Ke'eish sheboro v'ziku ke'eish le'ocho eisho. Like fire that burns and sparks a fire that eats fire. This is what we have to get to. Should all be zoich to learn Torah with a full heart. Echad amar be'echad amamit. Ubilvad shichaven libo l'shamayim. The Gemara in Brocha says Dafnei Amud Beis was a big rabbi who was sick. I think Rabbi Yavo. He was sick, and Rabbi Yochanan came to visit him, and he starts crying. He says, "What are you crying for?" Because he didn't live too long and not learning a lot of Torah. He didn't live to 100, 120. He was young. He was 50, 60. He's sick. He's going to die. He says, "Why are you crying? Because you're not in a long life. You're missing and learning Torah. You don't learn Torah only less amount of years." He says, "No, there's no difference between a lot or little. It's where's your heart." Ubilvad she'echaven libo el hashamayim. The main thing is where's your heart. Now when you're alive, when Hashem is giving you life, you pull a full heart, or you put 80%, 90%, or 30%, who knows what I want to say, I'm not saying the numbers. Where's your heart? You got once your heart. It's not amount, how many years, how much. It's not quantity, it's quality. Should be zoiche to have quality and quantity.